Hey guys, welcome to another episode of The Completionist. For this episode, I've decided to show you how to complete a game that actually got released this year. And the game I'm going to show you how to complete is Lunar, Silver Star Harmony for the PSP. Now, Lunar Silver Star Harmony is an RPG that was released by Xseed Games in 2010. And this game is pretty much a remake of the original Lunar that was released for the Sega CD in North America in 1993, which was later remade to Lunar Silver Star Story Complete for the PS1 that was released in North America in 1999. So I'm going to show you how to fully complete Lunar Silver Star Harmony. Now, with this game, I am proud to say that you only need to play it once. It is possible to do everything in the game on your very first try. So I do recommend taking the time to actually do everything in the game. But like most RPGs, there are missables. And some of these missables have a very small window in which you can only get these items at certain times. And unfortunately, if you do miss them for that one opportunity, then you miss them for good. So the major missables in this game are items known as bromides. And what the bromides are is that the bromides are pictures of the female cast of Lunar, and some of them are only available within a very short period of time. There are 13 of them that you need to collect. So I want to show you how to get each and every one of those bromides. Also, I want to tell you that you have to keep a close eye for a lot of the treasure chests in the game, because some of the areas you can only access at one time, and some of the treasure chests can be very well hidden. As well, I'm going to show you how to get some of the other secret items in Lunar Silver Star Harmony, because there are a lot of differences between the PS1 version of Lunar and the PSP version of Lunar. If you do have any prior knowledge of how to get some of the items in the PS1 version of Lunar, it can be useful, especially playing this game, but keep in mind that some of the locations of some of the items have changed, so I'm going to keep that in mind when showing you how to complete that game. So guys, with the PSP in hand, let me show you how to fully complete Lunar Silver Star Harmony for the PSP. So guys, here is Lunar Silver Star Harmony. Now, before I actually start showing you how to complete it, I just want to provide a fair warning that while I'm showing you how to get the major missables in the game, is that there are going to be spoilers concerning the story. So for that I apologize, but unfortunately they're unavoided, especially if you want to get all the items. The first thing I want to do, guys, is I want to apologize. The reason why is that when I completed this game, I created 2 save files. One save file was during the epilogue of the game, in which I have obtained every item. And the second save file was just before I went to the final dungeon, because I was using the guide. And the guide had said, if you save here, this is your last opportunity to go back to any place on the world map. But when I tried to go back to some of the other places in which I was going to show you how to get some of the missable items, I actually can't go back anywhere. So I'm kind of stuck. So what I want to do, guys, is I'm still going to show you how to complete the game, but unfortunately a lot of things I won't be able to show you, so you'll have to listen to me. So I'm going to give pretty much a verbal assessment of how to get everything. So in the meantime, guys, let me show you verbally how to obtain all 13 bromides that this game has to offer. So I'm just going to go into the item menu. We'll select items, and you see all the bromides here. We have 2 bromides for Luna, we have 4 bromides for Mia, we have 4 bromides for Jessica, and we have the Zenobia bromide, the Fascia bromide, and the Royce bromide. So let's start on the Luna bromides, and I'm going to show you how to obtain these 2. Alright guys, here is how you get Luna's 2 bromides. With Luna's bromide number 1, you obtain this bromide during the epilogue of the game. During the epilogue, you walk into Ramses' shop, and the first time you speak to him, he actually gives the bromide to you. With Luna's bromide number 2, it happens around the midpoint of the game. Basically, when you escort Galleon back to Berg, and you go into the White Dragon Cave, and this is where Galleon turns into the Magic Emperor and kidnaps Luna and knocks Alex out. When Alex wakes up in his bedroom, go into the basement of his house and check the shelf. And it is during that time that you can only get Luna's bromide number 2, so don't miss that opportunity. With Mia's bromides, Mia's bromide number 1 is when you go to the old Hag's Forest and you meet Nash for the first time because he's caught in a trap. Once Nash joins the party, check his inventory and he'll have Mia's bromide number 1 in his inventory. Take it out of his inventory and put it in the item menu so you can have an easier time keeping track of it. With Mia's bromide number 2, after you defeat the Grindery, which is the second last dungeon in the game, go to Ramses' shop and he'll give you Mia's bromide number 2. Mia's bromide number 3 is actually one of the easiest bromides to miss. At the very beginning of the game, when Ramses joins your party, speak to the blue-haired man next to the item shop, and he'll accuse Ramses of selling him a fake golden egg, and he'll ask for his 30 gold back. Pay him the 30 gold at the very beginning of the game. If you don't, you won't be able to get Mia's bromide number 3. You actually get it during the epilogue when you speak to Ramses the second time. He'll sell you Mia's bromide number 3 for 5,000 gold, but by the end of the game you'll have more than enough gold to actually afford it. With Mia's bromide number 4, right before agreeing to leave for the frontier after Nash blows up the airship, return to the town of Iluk, which is the town of inventors, and check the easel inside the red house with the crazy Mia fanboy. If you check the easel, you'll gain access to Mia's bromide number 4. With regards to Jessica's bromides, you get Jessica's bromide number 1 immediately after Kyle joins the party. Leave Nanza and go straight to Althena's shrine. In the first room of Althena's shrine, go up the stairs on the right side and talk to the blue-haired Jessica fan, and he'll give you Jessica's bromide number 1. With regard to Jessica's bromide number 2, you get it the exact same way you get Mia's bromide number 2. After you finish the Grindery dungeon, go to Ramses' shop and speak with him twice, and you will get Jessica's bromide number 2 as well as Mia's bromide number 2. Jessica's bromide number 3 you get the exact same way with Mia's bromide number 3. In Berg, at the very beginning of the game, when Ramses joins your party, speak to the blue-haired individual next to the item shop and give him his 30 gold back. And then at the very end of the game, Ramses will sell you Mia's bromide number 3 and Jessica's bromide number 3 for 5,000 gold each, which shouldn't pose any kind of problem. Now, concerning Jess's bromide number 4, this is actually one of the hardest ones to miss because it is a very small window of opportunity to get this bromide. When you go to Nanza after Master Mel has been turned to stone, you'll have to fight a battle with Kyle all by himself against Zenobia's minions. When Kyle wins the battle, you gain control of your party. You will see Kyle standing there. Do not talk to him. Go back into the Nanza fortress and go to Kyle's bedroom. Select the command when you're next to Kyle's bed and you will get Jess's bromide number 4. The final set of bromides are the 3 sister bromides, which are the Zenobia bromide, the Fascia bromide, and the Royce bromide. Now, these bromides you get at Ramses' shop after Kyle joins the party, but they're only available between the time that Kyle joins the party to when you enter the village of Pau, which is where Tempest lives. If you do not buy the bromides between that period of time, which is actually a great deal of time, they won't become available. Now, one important thing I need to tell you guys is that they are expensive. You need to reserve at least 80,000 pieces of gold to make sure you get the bromides and also one other item. Because if you buy all the bromides first and you don't get the item, then that item won't be available for the rest of the game. And that item is a very important item, and it's known as the Reminiscer. And what it is that the Reminiscer is an item that plays back all the animated scenes of Lunar. So when you are ready to buy the bromides of the 3 sisters, you need to make sure that you have enough money to buy the Reminiscer, because the Reminiscer, as I said before, shows all the animated scenes of Lunar. So don't miss out on that opportunity. So guys, now that we have collected all the bromides, are there any other missables in Lunar Silver Star Harmony? Absolutely. Now when it comes to the Reminiscer, please take the opportunity to buy it at your first available chance. I just want to remind you, you can only get this item from the moment Kyle joins the party to before you enter the village of Pau for the first time. Now when it comes to the Reminiscer, as I said before, it shows all the animated scenes of Lunar. Now a lot of them are mandatory. You can fill out the Reminiscer very easy because you're going to see the animated scenes anyway. But there are 3 animated scenes you have to go out of your way to get to make sure that you fill out the Reminiscer. And those 3 animated scenes are It's a Trap, Mia's Flawless Skin, and Jessica's Relaxing Bath. Now, these are the animated scenes that play when you visit the men's bath and the female bath. Now, the thing is guys, when you defeat the monster in safe and you ride the ship for the first time, go to the ship's item store and buy at least 4 bars of soap. The It's a Trap video is going to come up when you visit the male shrine regardless. But when you go to the female bath shrine, even if you have 3 or 4 bars of soap, it could show all of the Mia's video instead of the Jessica's video. So make sure that you set up a save to make sure that you only have to use 2 bars of soap when you go to the female bath shrine. Because these are the 3 animated scenes you have to make sure that you get in order to fill out the Reminiscer. Anyway guys, thanks for watching part 1 on how to complete Lunar Silver Star Harmony, so stay tuned for part 2.